5 running backs counting Kyle Juszczyk. They are Raheem Mostert, Trey Sermon, JaMychal Hasty, Elijah Mitchell, Juszczyk, and no Wayne Gallman. I think most people expected one of those tailbacks to get cut. Wayne Gallman was the choice. My question to you is, did they cut the right running back? And would it have been crazy for them to keep all of them?
I don't think it would have been crazy. I would have been fine if they had kept all of the running backs and gone with, maybe 10 defensive linemen instead of 11. I don't think there's really a need for 11 guys on your active roster. And I'm sure there's going to be some changes between now and next week, probably to that group. Right. But still, I would have been fine with that. But you could see on Sunday that Gallman was the odd man out. He didn't get on he didn't get into the field until I think there was like 12 minutes, just over 12 minutes to go in the game.
That's right.
Especially
before he got out there, JaMychal Hasty was just tearing it up. It was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, and Hasty's been really good. He was good last year in the preseason. He was good this year in the preseason. He had the one fumble against the Chiefs, but other than that, he was very solid. So there's no problem there. And plus, you're going to get Jeff Wilson back, or you're hoping that you're going to get Jeff Wilson, back in the second half of the season. And he gives you that power guy like what Gallman would have given you. And you've already got some strength and power in Trey Sermon as well. So there was a little bit of duplication there. So the thing that I do like about the Hasty is he gives you that speed. He gives you a speed similar to Raheem Mostert. He's probably the second most explosive guy in the backfield.
I love Hasty. I liked him since last year, and I think he's improved since last year. I think he's much bigger. He looks more like an NFL player. Last year, he looked like an undrafted free agent who was promising. Now he looks like a guy who might have got drafted in the 4th or 5th round, something like that. He's very strong for a 5'7" scat back who can make those little jump cuts and fall forward on contact. I think he's a hell of an undrafted free agent guy, a nice player in the rotation who can be effective from the pistol formation kind of stuff. Because those kind of guys I feel like need to be able to do a lot of stop starting, and that's what Sermon, Mitchell, him can do. Mostert's more. Well, Mostert, they have the combination of Mostert and Lance in that game against the Raiders, where Lance would fake it and go up the middle. Mostert ran around the edge. That's tough to stop. It was tough to stop.
Yeah, you watch the play and you have Mostert sprinting around one end and there's nobody, and he's beating the end who's unblocked to the corner, and then you've got Trey Lance. So if he keeps the ball, he can run it probably for a touchdown up the. I mean, there was holes.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah, right? I mean, it helps when Max Crosby, and that's Max Crosby,
true.
right?
And blowing the Raiders off the ball.
And Yannick Ngakoue aren't on the field, but it's still, I think staying with the running backs, and Elijah Mitchell is going to be a heck of a kickoff returner, I think, or at least he showed. Yeah. I think that kind of helped make that move because he had 2 nice returns.
Let me say one thing real quick though. The reason I think the Niners should have kept Gallman isn't because they necessarily need 5 running backs, although running backs get hurt all the time. That all the Niners running backs have injury histories, and you don't know what's going to happen with Jeff Wilson Jr. But it's just, I feel like he's going to go to the Ravens or the Rams. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're not interested in him at all. But you just helped out the Ravens or the Rams. They were desperate. They were down, and you just gave Sean McVay, a life preserver because he had you on his podcast. You didn't need to do that. That's a real nice, that was really generous of you. You should have kept him just to screw over the Rams. I'm just saying that's what I would have done. And I feel like we could go through the roster, but you could pick out 3, 4, 5 guys who aren't crucial to this team who probably could have made it to the practice squad. So I know you don't normally keep 5 tailbacks. I've never heard of a team keeping 5 tailbacks, but it's not a bad problem to have, especially when you were starting Jerick freaking McKinnon last year. Kyle.